Welcome. Live audience today. All right. So let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to sit on a block to elevate my hips because my hips are really tight. So if I sit on an elevated block, that gives me a little bit more stability and I'm able to keep my back long. So finding ourselves in a comfortable seated position, we just start to take in the room, start to notice the lighting, shape of the room, sounds in the room, temperature of the air on our skin, all of this information that's out there that yoga is trying to make us be aware of. So yoga is not just going through shapes and finding, ways of twisting and turning and bending. It's the noticing, it's the awareness of the present moment. So start to take all of that information, all of that stuff that we're noticing and bring it in towards center. Let's place your right hand on your sternum at heart center. Place your left hand over your right and start to feel yourself breathe. Feel your heart. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Close the mouth and start to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and noticing the sound that makes as you breathe in and out, that ocean sound. And we're bringing our mind into our body. So put your mind right where your hands are for right now. And then let your mind start at your feet, at your toes, and go from your toes all the way to the top of your head, just checking in, noticing what your body feels like at this present moment. Not what it felt like yesterday or what you hope it feels like tomorrow or at the end of this practice. What it feels like right now. When you get up to the crown of your head, notice what your mind is like. Is it busy? Is it dull? Are you tired? Are you worried? All of those things that are impacting how you feel right now. Just notice it. Take a step back. Let's take the arms out to the side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. We're going to take in a breath and we're going to bring our arms up overhead. So in one breath, bring the arms up overhead, breathing in. Touch the fingertips, reverse the hands, and exhale, bring the hands all the way down, fingertips touching the mat. Reverse the palms up, and bring the arms up overhead, breathing in. Touch the fingertips, reverse the hands, exhale, hands to the mat, fingertips to the mat. Let's do that one more time. Reverse the hands, palms up, bring the arms up overhead, breathe in. Reverse the hands, bring the arms down, exhale. Placing the right hand on the mat, let's bring the left arm up and over, leaning to the right. Bringing that left shoulder back in space. Taking a deep breath, exhale all the way over to the other side. So placing the left hand on the mat and right arm comes up and over, leaning to the left. Trying to keep the sit bones on the mat so you're not leaning all the way over. Taking a deep breath, come back to center. Place the hands on the right thigh. Give yourself a twist to the right. And we're just starting, so, be gentle. We're not trying to twist all the way around. Taking a deep breath. Exhale all the way over to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Taking a deep breath. And exhale, come back to center. Let's place the hands on the kneecaps, on the knees. And let's do some seated cat-cow. So bring the shoulders back and down. Lift the chin. Breathe in. And then exhale, round the back. Bring the chin to the chest. Do maybe 2 or 3 of those at your own pace, connecting with the breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Let's do one more cow, one more cat, and then come to center. Place the fingertips on the floor in front of you and start to walk the fingertips out. And we're bending at the waist, trying to keep the back long. So shoulders down, chin up, not necessarily trying to go for the world's greatest stretch here, but just going as far as you can. Noticing what you notice. Noticing where you feel resistance. Notice where you feel sensation. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper on the exhale. And taking a deep breath, and on an exhale, just walk yourself all the way back up. Now, if you're sitting cross-legged, let's do the same thing, but reverse your legs. So if your right leg was in front, put your left leg in front. Fingertips on the mat or the floor in front of you. You just start to walk out. And yoga is about noticing. So notice how this feels different from the first time you did it. And throughout the practice, start to notice how one side feels different from the other side. My teacher would say, it's a different country. Your left side is a different country. And you're visiting each country. Taking a deep breath and come back up slowly, slowly, slowly. No rush. Let's drop the chin to the chest. And take the left ear over to the left shoulder. And then circle over to the other side. Right ear, right shoulder. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, when you go over to left ear, left shoulder, extend your right arm. And go over right ear, right shoulder, extend your left arm. You feel a little bit more stretch in your neck and trapezoid, shoulders, delts. Do a couple more on each side. And then come back to center. Lift your head up. Let's roll the shoulders back. Once, twice, maybe 3 times. And roll the shoulders forward once, twice, maybe 3 times. Let's take the arms out in front, cross the right over left at the elbow, bend the elbows up and grab the upper thumb, which is the right thumb, and bring those elbows up and out. So you're going to feel your shoulder blades roll off the side of your back as you're pulling up and out. And take in some deep breaths here, and when you breathe in deeply, you'll notice your back expand a little bit more because you're pulling forward. One more deep breath. On an exhale, let that go, shake it out. Come back with our arms out in front. Left over right, bend at the elbow, grab the upper thumb, which is the left thumb. Elbows up and out. Got it? And take in a deep breath. And on an exhale, let that go. Shake your arms out. Okay, let's find a tabletop position at the top of the mat. Have your blocks at the top of the mat just in case. So we're placing our hands right underneath our shoulders. Shoulders are right above the wrists. My fingers are splayed out, and my middle finger is pointing forward. Hips are over knees, and my feet are uncurled, so the tops of my feet are on the mat. Now let's try a little bit of an experiment with our arms. Roll the arms out so that the eye of the elbow, where the where your elbow is on the inside, is pointing forward, and then roll it back in. So we're rolling the arms out and back in, out and in. Do that a couple of times. And then let's stay out so that our eye of our elbow is pointing forward. And let's lean forward and lean back. So we're loosening up the wrist here, going forward and back, doing a little hip stuff, preliminary hip opening, and go side to side. And put your mind in your wrists. So we're doing this for the wrists. Anything else that's happening is icing on the cake. And if you want to do some circles, do some circles. Everybody's knees are okay so far? Okay. All right, so loosening up the wrists. Want to try something? Let's take the hands and point the fingers back towards your knees. Now be careful with this. Maybe you might want to lean a little forward to begin with. So if your fingers are pointing towards your knees, just start to come back towards your heels as much as you can. Just be careful. Opening up that carpal area right there, going back and forth. And let's bring the fingers back, pointing forward. You want to shake your wrist out a little bit. Nice. All right, let's raise the right leg, keep the knee bent, and try to keep your arms straight so we're not dumping over onto one side or the other. Then bring the knee out to the side as high as you can, and then bring the knee back down. Knee up, keeping it bent. Knee out to the side, and back down. Knee up, out to the side, and back down. Let's go the opposite way. So out to the side, and back, and down, out to the side, and back, and then down. Extend the right foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes, push the front of the mat away with your hands, and roll over your toes, roll over the big toe, roll over the small toe, middle toes, all the toes. And trying to give some length to that right leg, lengthening out the hamstring, the calves. Let's lift the right leg, bring it across to the left side of the mat, and place the foot on the left side of the mat, on the outside of the mat. So we're crossing over our left leg. You can push that heel back if it's in your practice. So I'm pushing my heel back and trying to keep my hips in the same place. If it's in your practice, you can also look over your shoulder at that heel. Is it there? Okay. Just checking. Lift that leg, bring it all the way across and place it on the outside of the right side of the mat. And then bring your torso up into gate pose. I didn't skip it this time. Right hand on your right knee, left arm up, and lean over to the right, keeping the left shoulder back in space. Stay right here. If you want to extend your right arm, go a little bit deeper. Taking a deep breath. Come all the way up, and you can place your left hand on the floor or on a block. And then bring your right arm all the way up, pointing towards the ceiling. And then angle it down towards your ear. So your bicep is right by your ear. And you're reaching with the fingers and grounding with the heel. And your left arm is nice and strong, supporting everything that's going on here. Reach, reach, reach. Ground, ground, ground. And then bring everything back in and place the right foot at the top of the mat. Let's grab both blocks just for some support or balance, and straighten the right leg into half splits, and then start to lean forward, bending at the waist. Now the trick to this is bringing your hips back in space. So your hips want to go forward, but if you can even put your thumbs on the top of your iliac crest, so those little knobby things at the top of your pelvis. Just push them back and lean forward. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up and replace that foot right next to where the other one, or where it was, 90-90. Now let's take both hands and bring them all the way back, and we're going to bend up the left foot and catch it with both hands. Can you catch it with both hands? Or you can try it with just your left hand, that's fine. Catch it with left hand, or you can just stay right there. Now, if it's in your practice, keep your right hand there. Place your left hand on the mat and open up your chest to the right side. If you want to go a little bit deeper in this pose, roll over on the right side of your foot. So you're taking your right knee out to the right and opening up the hip as well. So we're pulling our heel in towards our butt, bringing the right knee off to the side and opening up. Taking a deep breath. Bring the right knee back in line. Gently let go of that left foot. And then let's bring the right knee back in line with the left. We'll come back into our tabletop. Let's raise the left knee, keeping the knee bent. Bring the knee out to the left side and back down. Left knee up, out to the side, and back down. One more time. Left knee up, out to the side, back down. Now let's go out to the side, back, and down. One more time, out to the side, back, and down. Let's extend the left foot to the end of the mat, rolling over the toes, pushing the front of the mat away, rolling over the big toes, small toes, middle toes. Let's lift the left leg, bring it over to the right side of the mat, placing the foot on the outside of the right side of the mat. And gaze over your shoulder at that heel if that's in your practice. You can keep your head straight if it's not. You can also add to this if it's in your practice of pushing that left heel away as you keep your hips in the same place. And just noticing what you notice. Let's lift the left leg, bring it all the way across, placing the left foot on the outside of the left side of the mat. Bring your torso up into bridge pose. Gate pose. Placing the left hand on the left knee, right arm comes up and over, and we lean to the left. Being aware of that right shoulder coming back in space. We don't want to dump forward. If it's in your practice, you can take the left hand and reach for that beach ball, going a little bit further. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. If you need to grab your block, place your right hand either on the floor or on a block. Left arm comes straight up. And then start to angle it towards your ear so your bicep is right by your ear. And you're reaching with your fingers and grounding with your heel. Reach, 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 ground. Taking a deep breath. Come back in and place the left foot at the top of the mat. So we're in a 90-90. 90 with the right knee, 90 with the left knee. If you need your blocks, grab your blocks for stability and then straighten the left leg into our half splits. And start to lean forward, bringing the hips back in space. Trying to keep the back long. Toes should be pointing towards the ceiling. If you find that they're going off to the side, try to bring them back so they're pointing towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. Rebend the left leg so we're at our 90-90 again. Bring both hands behind you. Bend the right knee and grab that foot with both hands. You can stay right here. This is perfectly fine staying right here. This is a pretty good stretch as it is. If it's in your practice, grab your foot with your left hand, placing the right hand on the mat, and then opening up to the left. You can also roll on the blade of your left foot and open that knee to the left as well. So you're kind of opening your hip. Not kind of, you're opening your hip. And noticing what you notice here. Taking a deep breath, bring that knee back in line, square your shoulders and gently let go of that right foot. Bring the left knee back in line and come back into tabletop. So that seemed to go a little bit better on that side. Rick?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely, there's a difference.
Different country. You have to have that passport. All right. Good. Let's roll the toes under. We're going to lift the knees and push back into down dog. I'm not worried about your form just yet. So use this to start pedaling the feet back and forth. Maybe bringing the left knee over to the right side, right knee over to the left side. And just giving those long muscles in your legs a massage here. Stretch. And let's come up on our tiptoes. Look at the top of the mat and tiptoe all the way to the top of the mat. And we're in a forward fold. Let's just bring the chin to the chest and slowly, slowly come all the way up. Head comes up last. Roll the shoulders back and bring your head all the way up. Let's bring our hands to prayer. So our thumbs are going to be at our sternum, heart center. Start to notice your legs, your feet. Let's start with our feet. Lift your toes a couple of times. Find a good foundation between the ball mound of the big toe, the blade of the foot, the heel, under your hips. Hips are directly over your ankles. Internal rotation with your upper thigh. Engage your abs. Crown of your head is going towards the ceiling. So mountain pose, it's not a passive pose, it's a very active pose. Bring arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees, forward fold, bending at the waist. Exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold again. And then inhale, bringing your arms out, tracing that sun. Hands meet, and exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way out to the side and up overhead. Hands to prayer at heart center. Exhale. One more time. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer, heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. We're adding on. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Extend the right leg to the back of the mat, left leg to the back of the mat. And let's pause here in our plank. So plank, legs are engaged, belly button's going towards your spine. Squeezing your glutes together. And notice where your shoulders are. If your shoulders are too far forward or too far back, you're going to have some issues. So try to bring your shoulders over your wrists. Now we're going to roll forward over on our toes. So we're going to roll on our toes forward. Hug our elbows in and lower all the way to the mat. So chest hits the mat. Uncurl the toes. And then we're going to push up into cobra. So extending your arms as far as you can. The back bend. Chin is up, looking forward. Let's roll the toes under. Push the hips back, lift the knees, and come back into down dog. Now in your down dog, bend the knees slightly, push the hips back so that your biceps come and frame your ears. So my knees are bent almost 90 degrees. Now I'm going to start to straighten my legs and bring my heels towards the mat. Always pushing my hips back. Let's come up on the toes, look at the top of the mat, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Breathe in, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Right leg to the back of the mat. Left leg to the back of the mat. Hold. Roll forward over the toes. Lower yourself all the way down to the mat. And it's important that your elbows hug in towards your ribs and they don't, flare out to the side. Exhale, up into cobra. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, push your hips back into down dog. And think about all the cues I gave you last time we were in down dog. Pushing the hips back, framing the ears with the biceps. Don't worry if your heels are not connecting with the floor. It's more important to have a flat back and your hips pushed back. Knees can be slightly bent. Come up on the toes. Look at the top of the mat. Let's tiptoe to the top of the mat. Breathe in, come in up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more of those. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Left leg to the back of the mat. Right leg to the back of the mat. Roll forward over the toes. Lower yourself to the mat. Exhale up into cobra. Curl the toes, lift the knees. Exhale into down dog. Left out an inhale in there somewhere. That's okay. So my down dog is not static. I pedal my feet. I find my balance. I push my hips back. Let's come up on the toes, look to the top of the mat, tiptoe all the way to the top of the mat. Breathe in, come up halfway, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and all the way up. Hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find your foundation again. Lift your toes a couple times. Let's place the hands on the hips. And start to sink down into a chair position, and then slightly lean forward. It's not all the way, it's just a slight lean. Now you can stay right here with your hands on your hips. If it's in your practice, you can extend your arms up into chair pose. Good. Breathing. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat, right leg to the back of the mat, left leg to the back of the mat. Roll forward over the toes, lower all the way to the mat. Come up to cobra. Curl the toes under, push back into down dog. Lift the right leg in the sky into our three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips to the right. Do some foot circles here. Square the hips to the mat. Come up on your left toes, bring the right knee to your chest, and then bring the right foot to the top of the mat. And we're in a runner's lunge for a moment. Let's bring the left knee to the mat, uncurl the toes, and come up into a kneeling crescent. Slight back bend. Just breathing here. Bring the hands to the top of the mat, curl the toes, lift the knee. Then bring the right foot to the back of the mat. Roll forward over the toes, lower all the way to the mat. Come up into cobra. And then exhale into down dog. Let's lift the left leg in the air. Bend the knee, open the hip to the left. Maybe do some foot circles. Square the hips to the mat, come up on the right toes. Bring the left knee to the chest, and then the left foot to the top of the mat. Pause here in our runner's lunge. Bring the right knee to the mat, uncurl the toes, and come up into kneeling crescent. Bring the hands to the top of the mat, curl the toes, lift the knee, and bring the right foot to the top of the mat. And we're in our chair pose here. If you want to put your hands on your hips, and then bring your arms up if that's in your practice. Breathe in. On an exhale, come all the way up to mountain pose, hands at heart center. How do we do? Good. Great, let's do it again. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Bend the knees, forward fold. So we're in our chair pose right here. Your hands on your hips, or you can bring your arms up. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat, right leg to the back of the mat. We're in our runner's lunge for a moment. Ground the right knee, uncurl the toes, come up into kneeling crescent. Let's bring the hands forward. The right arm goes all the way back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes. Right arm comes forward. Left arm goes back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes. And come all the way forward. Hands to the top of the mat. Uncurl the toes. Lift the knee. Bring the left foot to the back of the mat. Roll forward over the toes. Lower all the way to the ground. Come up into cobra. And then exhale into down dog. Let's lift the right leg in the air. Come up on your toes. Bring the right knee to the chest. And then right foot to the top of the mat. Bring the left knee to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Coming up into crescent pose, kneeling crescent. Let's bring the arms forward. Left arm goes all the way back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes. Bring that arm forward. Right arm goes all the way back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes. Bring that forward. Hands to the top of the mat. Curl the toes. Lift the knee. And bring the right foot to the back of the mat. We're in our plank for a moment. Bring the knees to the mat, the outside of the mat. Touch the big toes together. Actually cross the ankles and push your hips over the ankles into a seated position. And then readjust so that your heels are at the top of the mat. Make sure your blocks are within reach. So we're in our seated forward fold. Finding your breath. Let's bend the left knee and bring the sole of the left foot on the inside of your upper right thigh. So I'm tucking my heel in by my groin area. And take your right arm and just place it alongside your calf. And then let's bring the left shoulder back in space. Left arm comes up and start to reach for those toes with that left arm. Trying to make the left knee go towards the floor if that's in your practice. Let's come all the way up. Let's orient ourselves forward again. Bring the left ankle on top of the right knee in a figure four. Cradle the foot with your right hand. Place your left hand on top of your left knee and start to bend forward. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up and return that left heel to the top of the mat, back in our forward fold. Bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot on the inside of your left thigh. And that knee is endeavoring to go towards the floor, so that right knee is going towards the floor. Take the left forearm and place it alongside your left calf. Open up the shoulder and the chest to the right. Right arm comes up. And start to lean towards those left toes. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. Square your shoulders to the mat. Place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Cradle your right foot with your left hand. Right hand goes on top of your knee. And start to fold forward at the waist. Trying to keep that back long. Your right hand is helping your knee go towards the mat. Left toes should be pointing towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath. And on an exhale, return that right heel to the top of the mat. Okay, make sure you have your blocks alongside or within reach. And then start to lower yourself to the mat, along your spine, shoulder blades, shoulders, back of your head. Grab one of those blocks, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And place your hands, palms down next to your hips, and then try to find the tip of your middle finger with your heels. That places your knees above your ankles. Grab that block, and on the long, low setting, place it between your knees. And then start to push in towards the center. So we're pushing our knees in towards the center. You should feel that in your outer hips. And then let go. And push in towards center again. Maybe go a little bit further. This time, maybe think about bringing the belly button down towards the mat, towards your spine. And then relax. Now let's push the palms of your hands down into the floor. Push your knees in towards center, and then raise your hips up into bridge pose. And when we get to the top of bridge pose, squeeze your glutes together. If you want a little bit more, come up on your toes and push your knees away. And bring the hips to the floor, bring the heels to the floor if you had your heels up. And we're going to do that one more time. Push the palms into the floor, squeeze the knees in towards center, raise your hips up, squeeze the glutes together, bring your belly button in towards your spine. If it's in your practice, you can come up on your toes. So I'm holding for 5 breaths, 5 of my breaths. If you're panting, then it's 10 breaths. Let's lower our hips to the floor. Remove the block, but keep it within reach. Grab your knees with your hands, pull your knees in towards your chest or your armpits. Roll side to side. Interlace your fingers and wrap them around your right knee. Extend your left foot all the way to the end of the mat, placing the heel on the floor. Then take your left hand and guide your right knee across your body. Extend your right arm out to the right side. You can continue to look at the ceiling, or you can look over at that right thumb, trying to keep our shoulders, both shoulders, on the mat. And putting your mind where you feel sensation. Where do you feel resistance? And just noticing it. So you don't want to say, well, yesterday my knee went all the way to the floor. It was yesterday. Right now, this body is telling you what it needs to do. Taking a deep breath on an exhale, come back to center, pull both knees in. Wrap your fingers around your left knee. Extend your right heel to the end of the mat, bringing the heel to the floor, using your right hand to guide your left knee across your body. Extend your your left arm out to the left side. It's in your practice. You can gaze over to that left thumb, left hand. Taking a deep breath on an exhale. Come all the way to center. Hug your knees in one last time. Maybe roll side to side. And then bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Grab that block again. We're going to place the block underneath the sacrum. So right at the top of your tailbone. Place your hands palm down right next to your hips. And then bring your legs up into a tabletop. Keep your knees bent. So you can stay right here. If it's in your practice, you can extend your feet all the way to the ceiling. So you're straightening your legs. I'm trying to find that balance point where it's not too far over your head or too far away from you. I find that Lagrange point, that place where gravity doesn't exist. And let's bend the knees, coming back to a tabletop position, and slowly lower your feet to the floor. Remove the block. Bring the blades of your feet to the outside of the mat, and let's do a couple of windshield wipers. So bring the knees to the left and then both knees to the right. Doing a couple of windshield wipers. And then extend the heels to the corners of the mat, coming into Shavasana. Bringing the arms alongside your body, palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And like we did at the beginning of class, let's bring our mind into our feet and just scan all the way up to the crown of your head. I know this may sound silly, it may sound a little woo-woo, I'm sorry in advance, but as you go up, you might just thank each part of your body for supporting you through this practice, especially your feet. Thank you, feet. When you get to your face, allow your face muscles to melt towards the mat. Relax your jaw. Start to notice your breath. Maybe your thoughts are starting to seep back in. Just let them come. Notice them and let them go. Start to bring some movement to your toes and your fingers. And the option of bringing your arms overhead and hooking your thumbs together. Give yourself a body stretch. And when you're ready, bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet to the floor. You can roll over to one side or the other, cradling your head in your bicep, and just pause. There's no rush. And then when you're ready, come up to a comfortable seated position. Let's bring our hands to prayer, thumbs at your sternum, at your heart center. Bow your head and find gratitude. Gratitude for coming together and practicing together. Gratitude for the space that we have. Gratitude for our body that moves. Taking a deep breath. And exhale, letting it all go. And the hard part is to carry this yoga practice out into the world, being aware and being present, and being in your body, being in your mind, when all sorts of crazy stuff is going on around us. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice. In that,
Yeah. Oh, that's right.